Hi guys, I'm Ethan. Here are a few clips we put together for today's training. Hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe.
Hi guys, so we're just going to start off just like last week. Every week we're just going to have a little bit of a warm-up, okay? So just following one screen, so we have Ethan just running through, running back, everyone together, just jogging through, jogging back. While at home, you can use any type of marker, whether it's a garden bed, a rock, a stick, anything you need just to do as a marker. We have a court today just to demonstrate clearly how we do this. Now we just go side to side, clicking the heels, just like the other week. So click through, just follow on screen. Crossing the vine. Remember, just 1 foot in front of the other without tripping over. Just lunges. With lunges, guys, always do this slowly. It's not a race. Do it at your own pace, making sure you stretch your legs as best as you can, keeping forward at all times, just nice straight lines. With lunges, if you feel you need to touch the ground, it's okay to keep your balance. Just remember, always 1 foot forward, the other foot down. Touch the ground if you need, but try and keep balance, keeping off the ground at all times, if possible. High knees, so lifting your knees in front of you, touching your knees if you can with your hands. Try and stay forward. As Declan just proved then, if you try and do it backwards, you may fall over. So always try and do it forwards, okay guys? High feet from behind, so trying to kick your bottom with your feet. And we're going to finish off with 5 star jumps. Great warm up, guys. Well done. Now we're just going to move into some stretches. Bringing one leg in, just above your knee. Flat leg on the ground. Try and touch your toes. If you can't touch your toes, just reach as far as you can without hurting yourself. Okay, guys, we're just going to hold them for 3. So 1, 2, 3. Once you hold it that long, go to the next leg or change position. Now bringing both feet together. Again, keeping your elbows between your knees and bringing your feet as close to your bottom as you can while sitting on the ground. Bringing one leg behind, one leg in front, leaning towards the leg in front. Can balance with your hand on your knee or the ground or whatever need be. Even just having your leg out and just a little stretch out, then swap over. Again, guys, with these stretches, you only need to hold them for 3 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds, depending on your age. The younger you are, 3 seconds is fine. As you get older, to some of our 12, 13-year-olds, hold it for 5 and feel it as it goes through. Everybody up now? We're going to go to side lunges. Again, stretching our hips. With this, you need to balance and keep your leg straight at the back and bent at the front. You should be able to feel this through your hips and through the back of your hamstrings. Moving towards the arms now, guys. With the arms, again, just like last week, try and keep it straight. Lifting up, pulling until you feel. Again, try not to bounce the stretches. Try and just hold them straight and hold them for 3 seconds. Now just a bit of a cool down. Just leaning forward, feeling the back of your legs, keeping your legs straight and keeping your back arched over, and try and touch the ground as close as you can. Okay guys, that's enough of a warm up. Now we're going to move into something a bit more fun, alright? Okay guys, for our extended warm up, we're just going to run through. So you can just set up 3 cones and it's just going to be follow the leader. So if the leader goes to the right, click in the heels, left to right, just do the same as you see on screen. We had 3 demonstrators today, so take your time. If you don't understand one, you can always replay and have another turn. So here we have Ethan, he's doing a fake as he goes around. It's just a shimmy of the hips as he goes through. Next is a turn as he comes around the cones. So it's just a turn, very simple turn. As you go to each cone, have a turn. Again, we're just trying to warm up the legs, warm up the body, and just have some fun as you do it, okay guys? Crossing the vine again, so one leg left, one leg right as you come through. Again, take your time, you don't need to do it very quick, just do it at your own pace. Crossing the legs as you come through. High knees, all the way around. Again guys, you can use sticks, rocks, whatever you need, and you can make up your own as well. You don't have to do these set ones, you can make up some and send it through. Now we're just going mixing it up, so what it's going to be is just follow the leader, so sideways, clicking the heels, then backwards out. Sideways through, then backwards out. Backwards in, backwards out. Backwards in, backwards out. Again, following the leader, so backwards in, backwards out. High feet at the back, all the way through. So you'll note that we are using the same techniques all the time, because this is how you warm up properly guys, using the same techniques, but extending it as we go, because we want you to learn and become fitter as you have to stay at home. Next, we're going to include a ball. So again, follow the leader. As you can see, very quickly, using the sole, touching the ball as many times as he can go through the cones. Declan, being under 10s player, a little bit slower, touching the ball as he comes through, but getting as many touches on the ball, using the sole, the bottom of the shoe, or the boot to come through. Lily, under 8s player again, a little bit slower again, ball gets away, takes a touch, uses her feet to control, touching it as many times as she can. Again, note how she's passing the ball to herself using her sole. Here's Rafa, same thing, sole touches all the way through, as many as he can, just rolling the ball. Ethan using the technique of using the sole, side of the ball, coming through, control. Again, note how much the sole is used to pass the ball to yourself, controlling the ball at all times, keeping it a short distance between yourself and the ball. Using the sole, no toes, no laces, no side of the boot, just sole. Notice the positioning of the plantar foot, which is the left foot or the right foot depending. That is where you can control the ball from, even though you're not touching the ball. Ethan now with some happy feet as he comes through. Using the C's, the inside of your boot, touching it as many times as you can, controlling the ball between your legs. If the ball gets away, take a touch, control the ball, get it back in front of you. Remember, when you take a touch, it's when the ball gets away on you guys and you need to control it again. So a touch is just touching the ball with your foot, bringing it back closer to you, or you repositioning your body so you are closer to the ball. Here you'll notice Rafa is using his laces, taking a touch, the ball gets away, he controls the ball using his sole. Remember, control the ball with your sole, take a touch when you need. Taking a touch is stopping the ball in motion, and then control. Declan laces, touch. Laces, touch. Laces, touch. It's all about control, guys. The more you control the ball, the better it's going to be and easier for you to play. Rolls it, touch. Sole passes it to herself, then touch. Laces, touch. Again, guys, you can create your own methods or what technique you want to use, but remember, the closer the ball is to your foot, the more control you'll always have of the ball. outside of the boot, takes a touch to turn. So when we use the outside of the boot, you have to turn your foot sideways. So you're just using the outside, not the inside. Take a touch, then turn. Outside, 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 touch, turn. Outside, outside. This is a good technique to fake players or maybe get around an opposition that won't expect you to take another touch. Outside, outside, touch. Outside, outside. Remember, you're outside and you're inside. When you're doing penguin feet, that's the inside. When you're using the outside, guys, so now we're going to talk about first touch and turn. As you'll note, one player or one parent can throw the ball, and the other player or parent touches the ball and turns as they come. So as the ball comes forward, note the positioning of the players, a couple of meters, takes a touch and turns. This is very difficult to learn, so we're going to go through the whole process step by step. Okay, guys? Touch, turn. This is a very handy futsal move that if young players can pick this up at a young age, it's only going to help you as you develop, as you get older. So now we have a younger player to demonstrate. Declan takes a touch, passes it back. Note how he's taking a touch. He lifts his foot up off the ground, lets it hit the inside of nearly his heel and where the ball of his foot is, and then passes it back. Takes a touch, ball gets away, pass it back. Remember, when you are by yourself, the easiest way of doing this is throw the ball to yourself. Take a touch, let the ball just drop once at your foot to the ground. You want the ball basically to sit where your toes are where you stand. So you can just pass it. You do not want to be stepping away. You don't want to be chasing the ball. Declan throws in a header there, chips it away. Remember, when you're passing it back, try and pass it to your parent or friend's feet. As we move further, Declan's encouraged to take a touch with one foot and release with the other foot. So if he takes a touch with his left foot, he passes it back with his right. Takes a touch on his chest, left foot touch, right foot pass. Takes a touch on the chest, left foot pass. Takes a touch on the chest. See, as the ball's getting further and further away, we slow it down again, touches the ball with the left, release with the right. Touch with the left, release with the left, touch with the right, release with the left. It does not matter which sequence you do this in, as long as you practice everything. Practice passing both feet, touching both feet. Touches on the chest, not so much on the head too much. Let's just practice our chest, our hips, never using our hands, just always pass it back. Now we have Lily, a younger age. She takes a touch, passes it back. Using her sole to touch the ball, using a futsal trap, that is called. So a futsal trap's where you just lift the ball, your foot, just a little bit, halfway of the ball, take a touch, and then pass it back. Again, Lily's being encouraged to take a touch with one foot and release with the opposite foot. If she traps with her left, release with the right. If she traps with the right, release with the left. Using both sides of your body, same technique, touch, release. Always release with the inside of your boot so it's a pass, not laces out. And always taking a futsal trap, always using your sole, positioning the foot on a 45-degree angle to touch the ball, then pass it off. If you do not have someone that you can pass the ball with, you could always use a wall or a board or something that the ball's going to reflect and come back to you. So if you need to kick the ball, and we're going to go into that later on in the program today. So just remember, if you do have someone that you can, little ones to the chest, taking a touch, note the ball's getting away a little bit. Lily's encouraged to practice to get the ball to her feet and then pass. Always pass when the ball's under control, not when it's in the air. Yep, control, pass. Remember, use the chest, control, pass. Only when the ball's in possession. Touch, pass. Notice how Lily's passing very lightly, laces out at the end, because she's trying to get it, make sure it goes to Rafa's feet. Again, going back to touch and turn. As we move further into this, the whole idea is when you take a touch, you can pre-decide the ball's going to hit your foot and you're going to turn once it hits your foot. This is a great move for futsal as it comes into a game. As you receive the ball, it takes time to turn. So if you can pre-decide the ball comes to your foot, you turn, you're off. Note how Ethan turns his body as he receives the ball. Perfect touch on the inside of the boot and control. Declan, touch and turn. Always remember, as you're doing this, using the inside of your boot, and as you turn, using your sole to control the ball. Touch and turn. So the first touch is just controlling the ball to make sure it's your ball. Okay, we're not kicking the ball, we're not hacking the ball, we're just taking a touch so we can turn, and then we're passing it back. For this demonstration, we're not going to run the other way because we don't need to. It's just touch, turn, and in a game, probably a shot. But in this demonstration, we're just touching and turning. Here we have a great video that I found online, guys. Take a little breather, have a drink, sit down. This goes for a couple of minutes. So this is just a young lady that is awesome on her first touch. Note how she touches the ball. I know it's outdoor, it's a little bit different, but it's the same. It's the same technique. She's controlling the ball at all times. The ball is not getting away on her. As she touches the ball in every clip, she controls it. Always note she changes direction. She never ever touches the ball and runs in the same direction. She touches the ball, always turning to get around the opposition. Touch, opposition comes, she turns. Never goes in the same direction, just like futsal, guys. So if there's a player in front, she'll dish it off, move to a better position. Same as futsal, but it's all about the touch. Today, all we're concentrating on is touch. Even when she's defending, touches the ball, it's a pass. Everything's pre-decided. Touches the ball, turns in between two players. Comes back, and then release. Touch. Players close. Dishes off the ball, pre-decided. Touch, player coming, turns. Using the outside of her boot, just like we just practiced. Not even a touch, just a shot on goal, volley. Touch, turn. This is why we practice the things we do, guys, because this is the kind of stuff that will help you as you move through your junior programs or leagues or whatever you choose to play. To take the speed off the ball and be able to turn is amazing. Now we're going to move into a wall. So this is for the players that probably didn't have someone that they could train with. So now you could use this method. So this is in slow motion. So Ethan's just passing the ball to himself. He's encouraged to touch the ball, pass with the opposite. Notice how he always takes a touch, futsal trap, controls, pass. Turn. So he's using all different methods. Hits the ball, takes a touch, rolls it back, turn. Just like in a game, if a ball gets passed to you, takes a touch, turns. Pass it off, takes a touch, turn. As we go into the fast motion of this, you guys will start to notice that this was slowed down for a reason. Because once you have a player of high level that can do it very, very quick, it makes it hard to watch for you younger players. So slowing it down, you'll note, take a touch, turn, come back, forward. It's all about control, using the sole, emphasis on the sole. Now we're going to normal pace, takes a touch, 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 pass. Then we're going to one touch passes and turn. Notice how Ethan's using his left foot to take a touch and turn because he's right-footed. So if he needed to turn, just like in the video before, and pass quickly, he had his right foot available. Sometimes if you take touches on one foot too many times, you're going to get caught out because you won't be able to pass with your opposite foot. So make sure you always practice with both feet. Touch with one foot, release with the same. Touch with one, release. Touch, release. Declan's starting to get encouraged now to swap feet as well. So touching on both feet and release. Touch, release. Again, encouragement of using both feet. Don't get dominant on one foot because you'll get caught out in games and in further development. You must be able to use both sides of your body. This kind of exercise, you can do it anytime. Just make sure you get permission against kicking it against walls. We don't want to get in any trouble of any windows being broken or garage doors being broken or anything like that. So make sure you ask your parents if you're allowed to use a ball against that wall before you start. Again, Declan's been encouraged to turn. So every time he's got the ball, he's doing game sense now. Takes a touch and turn, just like in the video we just shown. One thing we notice, guys, when we train older and younger kids, the younger the guys are, or the girls or whatnot, their touch is the same. It's always the same, guys. So basically, with Lily now, the way she's touching the ball is the same technique. Using the bottom of the sole, releasing. What we noticed was releasing, once you start to turn your shoulders when you're a young age, that's where the ball's going to go. So, you'll note in this video, Lily's starting to turn her shoulders more and more. The ball's starting to come towards the camera more and more. Lily's being encouraged to turn her body the opposite way, but she's more worried about receiving the ball and turning. So for you younger guys and girls, make sure when you pass it back to the wall, you want to be facing in the direction. Notice how Lily's facing the camera right now? Try to steer away from that. Start to face the wall more. Turn your left shoulder or your right shoulder towards the direction you want to kick. This will help when it comes into games, passing with your mum and dad, straight lines. It's very hard to understand at a young age what a straight line is. So encourage, move the shoulders, move the hips. Put your body behind the ball. Change the direction by where you're standing with the ball. That's it for this week, guys. Well done. See you next week.